I can't believe we're gone. Going right at the top, flicks the trail dust, doing in the wind. The ground has been disturbed recently, perhaps to bury a supply of cash or something else. One might dig up the mound and uncover what lies below, or flatten the earth to hide it forever. What should we do? Guys, should we dig up the mound? Should we flatten the mound, or should we just leave it? It could be buried treasure. It could be human waste. Oh, we got 2 dig it ups. Alright, we're digging it up. Who's gonna dig it up? Strauss, Sadie, Lady Falls, or Gus Gus? Diggy diggy hole. Diggy diggy hole. Gus? I think Gus too. Alright, Gus. Time to get your hands dirty for the ladies. Holy shit! Guys, we just hit the mother load. Fuck. It's Robert William Pedro. Yeah. Yeah, that me and my going pretty good too. I think attitude is more important than food and water in this game. Well, I tried. I see the group. The captain's got hunting us down, eh? You pegged the minute I saw detective's intuition. I could use your assistance in this case. Very well, if you could help me track down the killer, or return the captain as soon as able to. Guys, do you want to solve a murder mystery? Huh? What do you say? We're gonna solve a murder mystery? Miss V says yes. Miss V, I love your gusto. Alright, here we go. Everybody get your fucking notepads out. Here we go. We're gonna investigate. Alright. What do we got? I've compiled the list of clues, suspects, and pieces of evidence. Simply tell me what you wish to inspect, and I'll let you know when you're ready to make an accusation. Alright, what's the overview? Everyone present is part of the wagon train heading to Oregon, with the exception of Quill did it, who arrived only yesterday. The others have been together for the better part of a month now. Some have known each other even longer, some less. Until now, there's been no infighting. So, Quill's Micah. Our victim is Elias Farthing. He funded the expedition and was its de facto leader. He wasn't well loved, but as far as I can tell, he also didn't have any explicit enemies. Quill's real sus. For the most part, their journey seems to have been normal, except that they were being harassed by thieves a lot more than usual. These thefts have been targeted and efficient. It's likely that somebody on the inside has been helping them somehow. It was an inside job. Dutch, he's crazy. Your Honor, I object. You can't object. Overruled. No, that's not how this works. I'll have what she's having. All right. Suspect dossier. I've taken the liberty of compiling some information on each of our suspects. Each suspect also provided a written sample so we could compare it to the note we found at the scene. I watched as each wrote their sample so I could see which hand they favor. All right, we're going to start with Quill. Gurney Goldman, what a name. He looks like the fucking dickhead villain in every fucking Western. He's fucking Sheriff Brady. Oh, God. Quill Peabody is a reporter, one of those academic types. Certainly not the kind of man I'd pick as a killer, but you never really know. He doesn't seem a bad sort, just timid, I'd say. He reportedly came here to speak with the deceased. I know they conversed briefly before Elias perished, but you're better off asking Quill about the details. Sorry, not much to go on here. He's not a long-term member of the train, which makes it a bit of a mystery. Still don't reckon he got murder blood, though. All right. As to physical attributes, the man wrote his sample right-handed and wears large boots. Those are in green. Everybody make note of that. Quill's right-handed and large boots. Being a reporter, we have plenty of samples of his handwriting, though. Not an exact match to those at the scene. The samples were closest match of the group. Okay. Gareth Fairfield. Gus? Gareth Fairfield is, or was, the manservant of the deceased, his butler, if you will. As far as I can tell, the man has been nothing but loyal up until now, but who knows what could have transpired between the two of them. Gareth wrote a sample. He's left-handed, of average foot size. We have samples of his handwriting from his personal belongings, and none match the letter found on the scene. This is the only fellow who seemed distraught how the murder occurred at all. That don't absolve him, but his reaction strikes me as genuine. Okay. Left-handed, average foot size for Gareth. Okay. So clearly we need to figure out if this person's right, left-handed, and what their shoe size is. Oh no, it's Kellogg's. Kellogg Hardin isn't the kind of man you want watching your back or your front. If I'm honest, he's bad news. He's garnered some infamy around here, never killed a man as far as I know, but done all sorts of bad besides. He's our prime suspect of the theft. He also has a long-term enemy of Marshall. The two have been at odds for years as far as I can tell. He's ambidextrous, and he wears average-sized boots. Although he wears equally skilled at each hand, his handwriting sample was horrible. Not sure if he's just his ugly writer or if he's faking it. So he can write both-handed, but both of them are awful. Alright, two more. Gurney Goldman is the sort of fellow who'd buy out his enemies rather than kill them. Never met a man richer than this, at least financially. He's not without problems, of course. Wealth is both the source of his power and his ever-present demon. He's right-handed and has small feet. His writing sample was neat, but not quite a match for the letter. He's the kind of man who gets his hands dirty, but if he had to, he's definitely the backstabbing sort. Okay. One more. Marshall. Marshall Brennan, only really a suspect by circumstance, but we should cover in fairness of the rest. Right-handed, fairly small shoe. I must say that his handwriting was truly terrible, as bad as Kellogg's, if not worse. Don't tell him I said that, though. He's the impromptu sheriff of this wagon train. He's the one that's been keeping the bandits at bay. Although, depending on who you ask, he's not doing the best job of it. So he's in charge of keeping the bandits at bay, but they keep getting him close. That sounds like an inside job. A sheriff named Marshall. That is funny. Alright. Alright. Interview suspects. Alright, Quill. Can I help you? Your alibi? Let me think. I went to bed early around 7. Perhaps I'd only arrived the morning before, so I was still tired. Certainly not in the mood to be wandering about or conversing with anybody. I couldn't fall asleep for some time. I heard gunshots at one point, but it wasn't until after the rain started that I managed to fall asleep. So gunshots were fired after 7 and before the rain started. Alright, so we got like a little window going here. I'm a reporter. Last night I only properly spoke but once yesterday morning. In fact, he told me he had some news to share, but he had to procure evidence first. Frankly, I was and remain baffled. I don't know what news he was talking about or what evidence. Examine him. He's tall, thin, well-dressed man. He seems bothered by the rain and his eyes are nervously darting around. Okay. Everyone taking notes? Alright, what's your alibi? I was preparing dinner for us in the wagon when I glanced outside to see Elias talking to somebody. That would have been around 7:30. He never came back. As soon as it started raining, I went up to check on him. This would have been about 9, and I found him lying in the mud. He's moving his hands a lot. I don't trust him. He speaks with his hands. Okay. So the rain started at 9. So we have a 2-hour window between 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Because the gunshots started right before the rain started, and the rain started at 9. Relationship. Worked for the man, was a valet, chef, attendant, and fourth. The result matters. Okay. Examine. Garth is an enormous, imposing man. He looks less like a servant and more like a bodyguard or a soldier. He's well dressed and maintained a neat composure in spite of the rain. Is he a Pinkerton? He was talking to someone around 7:30. So, at 7:30, the victim was talking to somebody. And so, between 7:30 and 9 is when the gunshot happened, around 9 o'clock. That leaves us about an hour and a half window. Alright, what's your alibi, Kellogg? I was out of the camp practicing my aim. Oh, is that the gunshot? No idea what time it was, but I wrapped up and came back to camp. On the way, I passed where Elias died, though it was dark enough that I couldn't see anything. I did notice some fella scurry off in a hurry, but I can't give you much other than that. My money is on whoever that is being the killer. He doesn't mention anything about the rain. He was practicing his aim, though. So was that the gunshot? Yeah, see, he brought cereal so nobody would pleasure themselves on the train ride. So at least know maybe about the gunshots. God, be better. But if he was practicing his shots, he would have done more than one shot. Like, we only heard one shot between 7:30 and 9. So maybe he was practicing his shot after 9. No. Because he said he saw the person who murdered him. Thank you for understanding the lore, Pa. Thank you for understanding the lore. Alright, he's a vicious-looking man whose hands are never far from his holsters. It's evident that he spent plenty of time outside of civilization and outside the law. A large, fresh bruise adorns the right side of his face. The right side of his face. Can you check with the first guy? Did he say a gunshot or gunshots? I will go back and check. He's got a bruise on the right side of his face. I don't know what bearing that has now, but if it's on the right side of the face, that means he was punched by someone who was left-handed, right? Wondering about the bruise. Oh, there you go. Well, I've got Marshall to thank for that one. The two of us ain't exactly friends, but hitting me was a first. Not quite sure what to done to deserve it. Okay. Guys, I'm already gathering something here. Oh, yes, what is it? Oh, this guy's fucking giving me attitude for trying to solve a murder. I was relaxing in my wagon. It's what I'd be doing now if it weren't accosting me. At one point, I heard gunshots. I went outside to see what the noise was. Didn't see anything unusual. That was exactly at 8 by my watch. I went back to nurturing my favorite hobby, being alone. Alright, I am with you on that one. He's definitely the kind of say it's actually showman. I know it. Is it GIF or JIF? So he heard gunshots at 8 o'clock. Victim was seen talking to somebody at 7:30. Gunshots were heard at 8. Rain started at 9. That's what we got so far. My type of hobby. Okay. Seen at 7:30. Heard at 8. Rain at 9. I don't know what the rain at 9 o'clock has bearing yet, other than the footprints. Alright, what's your relationship? I knew almost nothing about Elliot or Elias, whatever his name was. We were companions of the circumstance. I don't ever... Okay. He's a thin, stern-looking man, cold a pocket watch hangs from his waist. Alright, I don't think he's got much to do. Alright, Marshall. Alibi? I saw Kellogg heading off with his guns at the ready, so I decided to follow him. That must have been around 8:30. Unfortunately, the rain made it hard to follow him, so I returned to camp. By the time I made it back here, Elias was dead. You ask me, it's no mystery who did the deed. Kellogg didn't know what time he did anything. But apparently he left at 8:30 to go practice his shooting. Rain hadn't started falling yet, Marshall. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Either the rain hasn't started yet, or he followed him for a half hour and then started coming back when it rained. Alright, what's your relationship? Elias was a man who hired me to lead a caravan. He was a man with his demons, like many of us, but maintained his honor. Damn shame. Marshall is a sturdy, stout man with a confident posture, grand, tidy beard. His clothes are immaculate. The only note of disorder is a large purple-blue bruise adorning his left hand. Saw that, did you? Well, I make no excuse. I hit him all right. If you ask me, it's not even half of what he deserves for killing Elias. Why do you think it was Kellogg? How much for detective? The shoe size fits those found by Elias's body. The blade used to kill the man was fitted with a left-handed grip. Kellogg is ambidextrous, so he was accounted for at the time of the murder. Who's Elias? Elias, okay, no, okay. I got the mix up with what the guy said where he fucked up his name. That's why I was like, wait a minute, Elias, okay. Elias is a victim. Elias is a dead man. Marshall has small feet, I think. Did they say anything about Elias's body, ability to use to kill the man? Left-handed grip. Emergency accounting for the time. don't know, I was feeling Marshall, but if he punched him, he would have punched him left-handed. If he's got the bruise, does that mean his hand's fucked up to stab him with a knife? Investigate the evidence. Okay, here we go. Crime scene. Alright. The body of a middle-aged man lies face down in the mud, his fatal wound clearly visible in the center of his back. The body has sunk deeply into the mud, suggesting that it's been lying there for some time. Several boot prints are scattered about the mud. Only one distinctive stands out of average size. The man's clothes are intact except for some stains from the rain and scattered mud. There are no injuries anywhere other than the fatal one on his back. It's unlikely that he fought against the attacker. Nothing else about the crime scene stands out. I estimate the time of death to be about 8:30 last night, caused by a single clean stab wound to the back. The footprints make for a difficult clue. Unfortunately, the only footprints that are visible are those that were made after the rain started. We found a letter on Elias's body, but it was so rain damaged it was illegible. Still, there's a bit to be gleaned from it. The handwriting was messy. Certainly wasn't written by Elias's hand. You asked me, this is our motive. The killer wasn't able to retrieve it, though I can't say why. From what we can make out, it looks like it's been addressed to an internal party. Then someone from the train. This is likely how the mole was communicating with the bandits. Unfortunately, the rain did them a favor. Elias was killed with a single thrust from this knife. Of that much I am certain. It's a standard hunting blade that can be found anywhere with one distinct feature. It's been customized to have a left-handed grip. That's our biggest clue. As I said, the knife is otherwise unremarkable. The blade itself isn't wrapped at all. It's unlikely that Elias fought back. The position of the body also supports this. The untarnished condition of the blade also suggests that it was used efficiently, which means our killer was almost certainly left-handed. I don't think I have all of it, but I'm confident enough to say that it was Marshall. All right, this is it, guys. Are we going with Marshall? I haven't heard anybody say otherwise. Oh, this is exciting, guys. This is exciting. Ooh. Ooh. All right, Marshall Brennan. You have been accused. Marshall Brennan? Really? Continue. Really, Marshall? Well, I suppose he's a suspect the same as the others. His handwriting sample is right-handed, though. As far as we can tell, the killer is left-handed. How do you figure that? Evil twin? He's not right-handed. Murder mystery with Brute. If I can figure out a way to do a murder mystery with Brute, I will totally make that a thing. We still gotta turn that murder mystery game into a stream. Alright, so we gotta go not right-handed because we know he's left-handed. What do you mean he's not right-handed? I saw him write the sample. Bruise. Right? Oh, I see. Kellogg bruises on his right side of his face, and Marshall is left-handed. Therefore, when he had Kellogg, he swung with his left hand. Yes. Still, this isn't much to go on. For one, Marshall has small feet. No prints of his size were there. How can you explain that? It wasn't muddy. It wasn't muddy. The rain started at 9. So he didn't go back. The average footprints that happened when the rain started is from Kellogg walking back, and it was too dark to see the body, so he saw... Okay, I got it now. It wasn't muddy when he did it because the rain hasn't started yet. Why on earth do you think the ground wasn't muddy? Wasn't raining. Special mud shoes. It wasn't raining at the time Elias was killed. I suppose that could add up, but it had been rain damage. Why did the killer Marshall, as you claim, leave the letter? He was interrupted by Kellogg! Oh! Oh my god! It's all coming together. It's all coming together. I see the killer was interrupted when Kellogg returned and didn't have time to retrieve the letter, but why would Marshall kill Elias? Theft's mastermind. Elias found the letter that Marshall had written to the thieves detailing the wagon man supplies and guard routine, saying the Marshall killed Elias to stop him from spreading the word. Is that correct? Is that correct? I'm Detective Conan Atagawa. It pains me to say this, but everything seems to add up. I'll place Marshall under arrest and catch up with the captain when I can. Take my medallion. Isn't it worth something along the way? Who are we talking to here? It's Jane. Oh, thank goodness you're here. Little Mary ran off a few minutes ago and has gone missing. Mary, no! Said she wanted to carve her name into the rock with all the grown-ups. I told her to wait until tomorrow. She's far too young and I'm worried she might hurt herself. Oh god, Sadie Beth, go. Sadie? Couple hours of searching to finds little Mary in one piece, good spirits. Oh, thank god. Mary! You gave us a fright. If you come to carve your name into the rock, my mommy says all the travelers have to do it. I want to do it too. Yeah, help her fucking carve her name. Don't giggle like that ever again. That's my name, isn't it? Thank you, miss. Little Mary is ecstatic seeing her name on the rock. Satisfied with the carving, Sadie Beth helps her climb down and safely delivers it to her parents. God damn it, Mary. Stop worrying us like that. Carve name into the rock. Carve name. Sure. That raised I wasted a harmonica.